Hey guys, welcome back. So Chelsea Alana went on her YouTube channel and she responded to Tasha K. You all know that Tasha K said she was going to put a restraining order on Chelsea Alana, but she felt bad, so she decided not to, okay? She also said that she and Chelsea had a conversation and Chelsea Alana was told not to bring their business online and all that stuff. Make sure to check out some of my videos to catch up. Well, Chelsea went on her YouTube channel and she says that she will not be going to jail and she does not believe Tasha K. She also says that Tasha K tried to ruin her marriage, but it didn't work. Instead, it made it better. So she said a lot. Let's get into what she had to say. Hit the like button for me if you want more drama, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
AI to help you with your businesses or as an influencer or whatever the case may be. I'm still going to come out and roll that out and address the elephant in the room. This has turned so dark and so ugly so quickly. It was a partnership to help promote sales of a book. The book is fictional. The other party knew it was fictional and knew how I was able to obtain a book so quickly. They thought the idea was great. They weren't privy to the fact that I had partnered with a company to come out with these line of books to showcase how people can make money using this AI program. I didn't tell them that because it ain't your damn business and I don't want you trying to get part of my money. Anyway, long story short, as you can see on social media, this went totally left. How it went left, I don't know. Where it went left, I don't know. What I do know is this. It ain't no fun when a rabbit got the I mean, it turned so left, and old girl, wide belly girl, did everything she could to me that other celebrities do to her. You record conversations. You didn't like the recordings coming out about you. You threaten people online. You didn't like the threats about you. You expose people and drag them and put them in uncomfortable situations, but you did not like it when it was done to you. And really, to be honest, my husband is to blame for all of this because I explained to him that I did not want to work with this person. I told him that I think that it's a bad idea and only bad will come from it. And really, to be honest, I felt like I didn't need this to be Messy Merlot. People were going to be able to put two and two together without me even saying a name. And that alone, the thought process was going to drive the narrative, which I knew was going to make her crash out, and she was going to do this anyway. But he felt like us partnering together would be more beneficial because he felt that I was being hard on this person. This person had been reaching out to me and trying to connect with me, and I was not being receptive. That he thought I was being disrespectful to this person because this person bought me all these gifts and stuff like that for my baby shower, and I never said thank you or anything. He felt like I was being immature because I refused to forgive and move on with this person. And he felt like this situation with the book was going to be like an olive branch. And my husband talked so highly of this person, not because he ever met her or spoke to her. He spoke highly because of a conversation he had with old girl's husband. And I said, I understand what you're saying, babe. Her husband is a great person. Her husband is a good, I understand. Her husband is cool, mentally sane, whatever, but she is not. And on Mad Day, what happened is what I said it was going to happen. And it's like, when it was happening to me, I didn't give a fuck. Because you guys came out with old, regurgitated lies and rumors that if they were true, don't you think they would have been proven to be true? It's been over 4 years. When it got turned on him, he couldn't believe it. He said, now wait a minute, I'm not getting it. And I said, exactly. When they started diving into his past and started lying on his businesses and talking about his son and da-da-da-da-da. And I said, well, look, I told you. When old girl said she was going to press charges and do all this other stuff, me and my husband was like, I bet, let's, whatever you want, we want it times two. Truth be told, we said, however you want to handle it, that's how it's going to get handled. Because realistically, this person put out my address on live. This person sent my leasing agreement or whatever type of document. This person did not co-sign on my apartment, so I don't know what you sent this person, but you sent them documentation confirming where I live, because I live in the same building, but I live in a different apartment. You lied and said I was dating a married basketball player around the time I got pregnant. You talked about my miscarriage, which is a lie. My husband knows it was a lie because he was in the hospital with me. So, like, you just did all this weird, and it's just like, as someone who was postpartum 6 months from having a baby, there was no court that I believe would have took a look at me and my history and took a look at her and her history and thought like, oh yeah, let's go lock her up. Like, I just really don't believe it. And if they did, it would be very unfortunate. Of course, I'd be very remorseful, but realistically, I'm not going to prison. I'm just not. It's my first offense. I don't have a history of going to jail, unlike others. I don't have a history of threatening people, unlike others. So, I was confident. My husband was confident. The lies she was telling about my husband and stuff like that, there had already been, she doesn't know this, but there had already been investigations into my husband, and of course, they're closed. They were closed. because he was being investigated. The police came, did their stuff, all their whatever they needed to do, got all their information, and the findings were none. They closed the case, and he was able to resume business as usual. Because, like, come on now. You're not an investigative journalist, Judy. Like, you think you're gonna put this on somebody? And me and my husband was like, we were on go. We didn't care. Whatever you wanted to do, but however you wanted to handle it, we were gonna be with you. However, the Achilles heel that made the both of us, and especially me, realize is not my children, not my husband, not the business, but the 32 people that my husband currently employs in total. His ability to keep his business doors open feeds 32 families. Whatever it is, their livelihoods were at risk. You understand what I'm saying? And this person knows clearly how many businesses my husband has, and this person did not care about those 32 people who could have potentially lost their jobs and lost income. And I feel like that was like, I heard something that Joey Beauty said. It said, oh, it's not worth it for this, that, and the third. And I'm like, that's not even what's on me. I know I'm going to be straight. That's not on my mindset. What's on my mind is how I move could affect my husband's employees. Your boss's wife is arguing with a lunatic and a pathological liar online, and next thing you know, you're out of a job for 2-3 months. That's fucked up. I saw her apology in her made-up conversation that she had with herself. Talking about, child, you talking about what you had to deal with 5 years. That's what I had to deal with 5 years. I had to deal with somebody who created a issue, made drama and chaos, and then got tired and wanted to resolve it, and then created their own finale and wrapped it all up, and then pushed it to the side and moved on to something else. That's what I dealt with 5 years. My husband is upset, but not with me, because like I said, he the one that told me to do the deal. So he's upset with himself, because he verbatim said he didn't know he was dealing with someone who had no morals. And I said, I said it, but you didn't believe me. So my husband's upset with himself, and he's not upset with me. He is upset with the other parties involved, but he's not upset with me, child, because I'm actually glad it kind of happened this way, because I never told the story of how me and my husband started dating and how we came together, but I'm going to try to speed past it. But long story short, I met my husband 2 weeks after moving to Florida. When I met him, I told him I didn't have any social media, and I told him I was a nanny for some African movie producers, which was like not too far off from a lie, but at the time, I had her daughter with me 24/7. So anytime like he wanted to go out or do something, or we meet up really quick for something, he would clearly see the daughter was in the passenger seat with me. Like, so it wasn't like he saw like I'm always with this girl, and this girl is not my child. So it was easy for him to believe I was a nanny. And so we started dating, you know, and then it came to Tyron's birthday, and when I went to the birthday party, a lot of his family members were there, including, you know, his sisters and other people who watch Oh Girl. And so they were able to put 2 and 2 together and basically let him know this girl is not a nanny. She worked for this lady. She's been on this live. And of course, show him all the plethora of videos dealing with the issues that happen in Atlanta. Of course, you know, we're married and we have a child, so that conversation did come up. And he asked me about it. And I told him, of course, my truth. And he told me, he believed me, and he was cool with it. And then we got married, had the baby, so clearly he couldn't have thought that poorly of me, or else he wouldn't have married me and had a baby. But however, I have to be honest, there was a part of me that always felt like he didn't believe me. You know what I mean? Like, I know to my face he's gonna be like, I know you're not that type of person. I know that probably did happen like that, and da-da-da. It's hard to have like all of those videos and opinions and storylines and this, that, and the third, but for you to just say you just outright believe me when there's all that drama out there, it was hard for me to believe him. And I'm thinking in my head, no, you don't believe me. You don't. However, I'm very grateful that this situation happened the way it did, because I truly believe that it did strengthen my marriage. In the sense of, okay, you seen how this played out. This shit only went down within 5 days. From January 31st to February 4th. That's when all the drama happened. And within those 5 days, my husband was able to watch, to be a part of, to hear the conversations, to see the text messages and emails, and see how the progression of the videos got more aggressive. And so he was able to see it in real time, and because he was a part of the process, he was able to see where the lies just started spilling out. And now I feel like, one, he is going to be able to respect me more, that when I say like, no, I'm not dealing with this person, or I'm not doing this or whatever, like, babe, you need to trust me, I feel like now he's going to trust my judgment on certain things and not think that I'm being dramatic or that I'm being, you know, big-headed or whatever. I feel like it definitely helped, because I had that same insecurity with my husband's family, and my husband's family, definitely were reaching out to me and said, I cannot believe this. Like, they're watching the videos and they're hearing the lies and they're hearing the inconsistencies, and they're hearing, and his sister even told me, like, yo, I was subscribed to her app, I watched her, on YouTube, and I always, felt like she had the inside scoop and she knew what she was talking about, she had the tea, she had the facts. It's like,